everybody, it's Kelly, and today I am working on a layout for my pandemic album. So this one is going to be called Quarantine Changes, and this is one that happened late in March after my state went into a stay-at-home order. And this is the very first week where my church did a virtual church service. So this was the week after we went into lockdown. And so I'm using that cross paper as a background. That is from Simple Stories Faith Collection. It's the Believe paper. And then I have that quarantine die cut, which is a die cut from Paige Evans' Etsy shop, which is page by page, but it's Paige by Page, just so that you know that. And then I'm using that 3x4 card from Simple Stories Faith, and it's a cut apart from the 12x12 pad. And then I'm going to mount the photo on that yellow paper, which is from Simple Stories Faith Collection, and it's called Hope. The blue paper right behind the cut apart is a navy paper from a color book paper pad. And then the pink paper, I saved you the pain of watching me back and cut through a cut file. That pink paper is a paper from, I believe, Amy Tangerine Better Together. I did not write it down. Thought I had, but I did not. I'm pretty sure, yep, that is definitely Better Together. I can tell you that for sure now that I see the back of it. That was nice of me to turn it over for myself. So anyway, so that's from Amy Tangerine Better Together, which is definitely a few years old. So that was a really nice hair shot for you as well, too. Okay, so then I'm just kind of going through, kind of choosing some items here, and that little tag there is from Simple Stories Faith from the combo stickers there. It's kind of plain where that's going to be. And that tag says, I am with you, which I thought was important since for most of us, we were worshiping at home, not in our churches, for at least quite a bit of time. As I am videoing this, we have been doing online church services for 2 full months now, and I think we're going to go another week or two before anybody gets back to church in my particular area. We can go back because we do not have a stay-at-home order in Wisconsin any longer, as I'm voicing this over. By the time you see this, hopefully this will all be over because it's going to be months later, but who knows. All right, so that yellow label is from Ellie Studio, and it's a printable. And then I have that little circle that says let's stay home, and that came from an Ellie Studio printable, but it had nothing to do with the pandemic. It just happened to be on one of their printables, and I saw it and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I printed out about 10 of those, and I'm going to scatter them through my pandemic album. So since I have a yellow label on the bottom of the quarantine cut apart, I'm going to put one at the top as well, and then that echoes that kind of gold color that backs the photo itself. And that top label is also from an Ellie Studio printable. You can find those Ellie Studio printables on their website, by the way, under their digital products. They're nice because they have sheets of all sorts of cut-aparts and that kind of stuff that you can print. And you can print them as a whole sheet, or they send you the files so that you can print them singly, which is what I've started doing now, so that I print only the labels that I want. So I just kind of use Photoshop to put them all together on one 8.5 by 11 page. All right, then I am adding a little heart in there, and that sticker is also from the Simple Stories Faith combo sticker sheet. Okay, and these little pieces are all from Ellie Studio. I think someone called me there, so that's why that jumped. All right, so what I decided to do was add some brads in here, and these are also all from the Simple Stories Faith collection as well. So I'm adding in that telephone, which doesn't seem to make a heck of a lot of sense, but it was more, for me, it indicates communication and how communication is different right now. And then obviously that one is a Bible with a heart, so that makes total sense. So a lot of these have some little meaning. And then I did add another brad up there at the top that was just in one of the colors that I was picking up from the background of the paper there. Okay, so now I am going to grab my enamel dots there. And then I think I'm also grabbing, oh yeah, I'm looking at what other like pieces I could add. This tab sticker came from the Simple Stories Faith combo stickers. Just to add something up, I thought the top of that cut apart card was a little kind of boring, and since I have spots of yellow everywhere else, I thought I'd put it in here. That twine is from We Are Memory Keepers. I'm just going to add that right to this tag here. And I always thought having long nails would be lovely, but yeah, no, it's not any easier to do things than it is when you have short nails. So I guess a little nail somewhere in between would be nice. All right, so that's all down. And now again, here I'm going to go through. I keep my brads in this little 31 bag. And here are my enamel dots. They are from Eyelet Outlet and Brads. I think you can order from them as well, but I get them at a scrapbook convention near me. So I'm just going to do a little bit more gluing. I didn't get all the cut file completely glued down here. Sometimes I glue what I have to when I'm working with cut files and then come back later and grab it. And I noticed as I'm looking at this, I didn't take out the center of the Q. Actually, I did. I forgot that center of the Q is like a cut apart thing, so that's why that looks like that now that I think about it, which is okay with me. I'm not crazy about having to get everything out of the cut files. I just like to cut most of them out so it makes sense. You can see some of the background paper through it. So then I'm going to add some of these dots and kind of sprinkle them around the layout here. And futz around a little bit with where they're actually going. Okay. So my pandemic album is coming along. I'm really glad that I'm getting all of it done and kind of documented, because life during that time, hopefully as by the time you see it, it's over, but life during that time was so different than any of us have ever experienced again. So you guys, there's the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you're all well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye everybody.